Good afternoon, everyone. So, first of all, thank you so much, IGDC and Web3 Conclave, to invite me to this prestigious conference. So, just a quick intro. My name is Ravish Jain, and I am currently working as country manager for Tatum, which is a development platform for blockchain. And prior to this, I used to work for Pixart as country head and for Micromax as well. So, how many of you know, what is blockchain? How many have you invested in blockchain or crypto? Cool. So from last 3 days, I have been interacting with various founders, companies, students, and the basic questions which I get is, what are the different ways how we can develop blockchain apps? We already have blockchain games, but how to scale it? We are unable to code smart contract, this and that. So there are many questions which keep coming up, and I'll try to answer few of those from my particular slides. So I'll quickly play a video about what is blockchain. It will just help you to show what is blockchain and how we are doing a lot of things in blockchain. Can you please play the video?
Let me tell you a short story about a little fellow called Jacob. Since he could remember,
Can you start
Jacob
again?
always wanted to get a blue cat, but his parents were always finding. Let me tell you a short
And
story
maximize.
about a little fellow called Jacob. Since he could remember, Jacob always wanted to get a blue cat, but his parents were always finding ways to not get it for him. So, one Christmas, he figured out a way to finally get his dream pet. He would send his wish to Santa. Oh, how excited he was when he wrote the letter. But Jacob was too young to take the letter to the post office by himself, so the next morning, he had to ask his dad to do it for him. You could say that his dad was the middleman between Jacob and Santa. He never imagined that, on his way to the post office, his dad would open the letter, read it, and replace the blue cat on the list with a brand new pair of socks. The letter was posted to the North Pole, to Santa and the elves. When they received it, they started working right away, making Jacob's gift. So, that year, Jacob received an adorable pair of socks. But next Christmas, Jacob decided to use the blockchain. Jacob wrote exactly the same letter, but instead of giving it to his mum or dad to deliver, he directly uploaded it to the North Pole blockchain. The North Pole blockchain is made up of a lot of computers connected to one another through the internet that all store a copy of everyone's Christmas list. The network is being monitored at the same time by all the elves, Santa himself, and even people like Jacob's parents. Every time a new letter is received, it is saved onto every individual computer, so everyone has the exact same copy. As the blockchain is an open network, everyone can see all the letters, even though it's impossible to know to whom each one belongs to. But when Jacob's parents saw that there was a letter asking for a blue cat, it wasn't hard for them to know that it was from Jacob. So, once again, they changed it, this time for a cookbook. But as every other node had a copy of Jacob's real letter, the change was spotted, and the computer trying to make the change was cut off from the network, meaning Jacob's real letter remained unchanged. So, guess what Jacob received that year for Christmas?
Yeah, so Jacob became smart at the end, and he wrote on blockchain. But it's very easy to say that he wrote on blockchain and writing a hello world kind of a code. It's very easy, but when you are coding smart contracts, virtual accounts, nodes, it gets very complicated. So I'll be talking about what are the challenges which we have and how it's getting solved. And just pay attention. I'll have few questions at the end of the presentation. I have some swags to be distributed. So yeah. Cool. One of the challenge which we have in blockchain is about resources. So Like globally, we have close to about millions of software developers. But when it comes to blockchain, we only have 20,000 blockchain developers globally. And you'll be amazed to know that on an average, a global blockchain developer, he gets about 300K, $1,000 on a yearly basis. So that's the kind of salary which a developer gets. But what currently we are having is about lack of resources. So by that I mean that there are many, if there's a new project which is coming up, what companies are doing, they are putting their internal teams, to the side. They are not, training them. They are hiring expensive external developers, and those developers are below average. So what everyone else is doing, they are putting their internal team, they're utilizing their internal team, they're training them, they're providing, proper developer tools, and they are also giving external mentors and experts to go about it. So the best practice is give your existing team a proper blockchain development framework and expert to oversee. Now, what is development framework? So development framework are tools and libraries which many developers have created to make the life easy for any developer. And what are the benefits of a development framework? Better app maintenance, reduced time, easy onboarding, easier development process, and improved security. Security is very, very important. Now, what are the different programming languages? Uh, so like, we have C, C++. In blockchain, we have Solidity, Rust. And with every blockchain, so we have hundreds of blockchain, like, Solana, Polygon, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Celo, Tron, many of blockchain, and they have different languages, in which it's being coded. So, what are the challenges, which currently blockchain projects are facing? That, they need to code in a specific language. Team must be qualified in that particular language. So, if they have started coding in one language, they need to start again, in working for a different language again. And, a vendor or a company, they are being logged to that particular specified blockchain. But what we are saying is, what everyone else is doing, they should interact with a language of their choice. It does not matter if they know Solidity or Rust, or there are different n number of languages. They should avoid any lock with that particular technology, and it should not change with every technology. So the best practice is use a development framework to abstract you from the specific blockchain language. Now what are development specifics in blockchain? So, whenever a coding is being done, there are different specifics which are being there. For example, like, reading data. What are the features? What are the transactions, right? So, it looks very simple when we talk, but, it's get very complicated when we code any blockchain program. So, while reading data, there are different structures or formats. There are different logic, there are different interpretations. So by that I mean, like, if we are writing one in Polygon, then it's different in Solana. So that's the kind of difference which we have for different interpretations. Then there are various features like particular blockchain, they show NFTs on wallet, some don't. Some show token balance on an address, some can't, right? So, there are different challenges with a particular blockchain. And, with transactions, there are different ways of signing, on a particular blockchain. And, you can queue the transactions, and there are different behavior due to, speed of transactions and their finality. And, by that I mean that, like EVM compatible or non-EVM compatible kind of blockchains, they have different issues with their specific blockchains. So now, what are blockchain implementation specifics? So, in current situation, what is happening is each blockchain has its own specifications, and developers, they need to understand those specifics. And what everyone else should, do it, that there should be a standard technology across different solutions. They should not be binded by a one kind of a solution. They should avoid a vendor lock, which I mentioned about, different languages. And the developer, they should not be, they should not be tied to a specific code for a specific multi-chain by default. So for example, if they want to code on Solana, they should not be restricted to code on Polygon or Ethereum, on Bitcoin or different kind of blockchains, which is very important. And at this time, it's the era wherein people are working on multi blockchain networks. And what happens is when somebody start working on a specific blockchain, after so many iterations, they come to know that they are unable to do anything with respect to blockchain, or after 9 or 10 months, what happens is they get to know that they chose the wrong blockchain, and that's how they need to rewrite the overall code in a different blockchain. And from our experience, what we have seen that it takes about 2 to 3 iterations per blockchain to come to a conclusion that to find the right set of blockchain on which you need to work. So as I mentioned that, if you have chosen a wrong blockchain, you need to build from scratch. So, everyone, start building from scratch. It takes about 2 to 3 failures to set to the right blockchain, and, it takes about 5 to 10 times more of your time to build that particular blockchain again. And what others are doing, they are using their existing developer stack to pre-build and, to test those particular features. Developers should immediately, leverage that, and, there should be less bugs and security issues. So by that, what we want to say is that use a development framework to leverage built-in, battle-tested features which saves your time and money by over 90%. And I'll talk about that in subsequent slides. And the other part, which I am hearing from last 3 days is that we have a game, but we can't scale that particular game. Not in terms of users, but when it comes to blockchain, it's very hard to scale that particular game or the app. So what we are seeing is that most of the apps or games, they can't scale, and it takes a lot of time, and they just leave the project in between. And developers, they are scaling too early, or they have to change the entire code. So there should be a proper time, there should be a proper expertise which should be there. And Web3 space, they can't handle these kind of peaks. So when it goes beyond a certain limit, then there should be a certain expertise which should be there, which is not there currently, and scaling is a big problem. And what everyone should do is that there should be existing developer stack which should have scaling capabilities. Scaling on demand should be there. It should involve changing the architecture and a bit of code, and their scaling should be done. It should not involve a lot of time, a lot of money. And yes, since developers are very expensive, it takes a lot of time, and the time to market is key. And if we are not able to go with that particular flow, I think that is a a challenge to everyone. So what we are saying that as a best practice, you should use a development framework to leverage built-in scaling. So what are the issues while scaling the app? The typical issues which we see are blockchain protocol limits. So by that I mean that they like on-chain transactions that that's getting very expensive. So the solution is go off-chain. In terms of node limits, what is happening is there is a wrong data, and you need to rework. So by rework, I mean that in every 120 seconds, a block checks the previous block, with respect to data. And if there is a lot of data, then they also serve kind of empty data results to the next block, which is a big problem while scaling the particular blockchain. And there can be various crashes, and the only solution to it is data caching. And what about transactions? We keep seeing various exchanges. There are various challenges to it, right? So by that I mean there should be additional transactions which are being required, and to for fee management, for gas fee, which is being called in blockchain. And the solution which we have is Tatum KMS, which is being used by n number of developers these days. So talking about those particular challenges, we have at Tatum we have a specific framework which is there, and it's being divided into these 5 parts. So low level, mid level, and high level. So blockchain protocols. Then comes the abstraction framework and the application framework, which is being very much required and is being coded by hundreds of developers at Tatum. So this is a quick case study which I'll tell you. So like for while developing any blockchain app or a project, you require expertise. You require about you'll 3 to 6 months to learn Solidity or Rust. Then you need to code smart contracts. Again, it will take about 3 to 6 months, and it's a big hassle, right? And NFTs, they are very popular, and so I'll talk about NFTs as well. But what is happening is Award Pool. It's one of the largest and one of the biggest NFT marketplaces globally. And what they did, when they integrated Tatum platform with them, they scaled their users, from 0 to 200K within few weeks. They added a new blockchain in 2 hours rather than spending about 9 to 10 months. They did it in 2 hours using Tatum. They saved their 95% of the costs. So you can just plug and play via APIs and SDKs, and they are now minting thousands of NFTs per hour. They are, I think, available on Polygon and Celo, but they are one of the largest one, and they just saved their time and money by integrating Tatum platform. So just to tell you that now we are powering about 100K projects globally with Tatum, and we support 60 plus blockchains. And we have one unified SDK, and there are about 600 plus advanced features. So by advanced features, I mean like in gaming, for example, there is a avatar, and it's an NFT avatar. So the minting should be done on an instant basis. So we have NFT Express as one of our product. Then what I've seen in various games or in apps that you need to plug and play via MetaMask, right? And it takes a lot of time to connect with it. So we have the capability of generating virtual accounts. Then in-app currency, tokens, everything it keeps on having from a game or from app perspective. And this is us. I mean, like we were born in 2017, and we are a US and Czech Republic based company. Now we have more than 55 people globally, and there are about 100K projects who are using us, I mean, like on a global basis. And recently we also got funded by leading investors. We got about 41.5 million funding from leading investors globally. So yeah, so I just wanted to do it quickly, and I'll ask few questions if you don't mind. I have some swags, and I mean like basis the presentation which I shared. So any questions you have? So yeah, I'll be more than happy to take it. Cool.
So the framework that you have created, is it a no-code tool or?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a no-code platform.
So like the scalability and all, do you handle all the scalability
Yes.
or the developers of the company?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So like how it can do a very customized implementation for a company. So let's say somebody wants to build NFT for a particular type of projects, and I understand that the flow of the apps might be very similar, but a lot of custom implementations and all that, like what kind of functionalities do you provide? Do you provide custom solutions as well for every
Yes.
company?
Yes, we provide custom solutions, and that's how we have 100K projects with us. I know, I mean, like 100K, they are students, they are startups, there are big enterprises as well, which are there. You know, one of the biggest exchanges globally, they are also using us. So we can have those custom solutions
Okay.
for anyone.
So like you are saying that you have 100K projects. So uh, like how difficult was it to build so many custom solutions
No, so we are not building custom solutions for 100K projects, but
projects?
I'm just saying that, you know, there are 100K projects who are using us,
Okay.
but few of them, they are also using the custom solutions from
Custom
us.
solutions. Okay.
Hi, I want to know like we are a startup platform. Can we integrate this blockchain along with the token system where they can earn and do the shopping of regular
Yes.
thing, and this can be integrated in the app?
Yes. So this is the, you know, the key on which, you know, we are working. We are just trying to help any developer, any startup, any big enterprise, just to, you know, just plug and play. What we are saying is don't invest money in
Okay.
a new project. Don't invest time in building smart contracts. We have done everything for you on 60 plus blockchain. Just come, plug and play. And the beauty is it's free. Our
Oh,
platform is free. We are not charging anything to deploy or, you know, to integrate our platform.
so it can be like a partner with our platform or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Um, can we have your contact
Yes,
details
yes, yes, sure.
and we
So
discuss further?
sure, you can also visit tatum.io.
Okay.
And
Where are you in India?
so, yeah, I'm in India, but we are headquartered in US and Czech Republic,
But in India, where?
in Gurgaon.
Gurgaon.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, language can be added, any language or anything like that, integrated into the
What kind
gaming
of
thing.
language?
Uh, because we are working in Arabic countries.
Okay.
So we would like to add that into that, integrated the Arabic language.
Okay, we can talk on that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is there a possibility to be integrated with the platform of the travel
Sorry, can you be
industry?
a bit louder?
Yeah, for this solution, it can be integrated also in the platform of travel industry.
Yeah, yeah, any industry. It's
Any
not
industry.
about gaming.
Yeah.
So since we are here in gaming conference, so I was talking more about gaming, but
Okay.
it can be done anywhere. So there like crypto exchanges, you know, gaming, e-commerce, anyone and everyone who is using blockchain, they can use us and, you know, they can do more and more.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, could you go to the previous slide, the one with the problems? Yeah, the next one.
This one?
The one after this. The one with the problems listed, like, yeah, that one. What's your solution for data caching, right? Wouldn't data caching lead to wrong data, like stale data, for example?
So I can have more details from, you know, my tech team.
Oh, sure, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
No issues.
but you know, this is what I have heard, that, you know, there is no problem, and touchwood, I'm like, we have not heard any single issue in terms of data caching.
Okay, so does Tatum provide a solution for this?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
You're a blockchain developer or?
Right, right. So I'm currently building a blockchain-based gaming startup. And one of the issues we had was like a lot of queries going on to the blockchain, right? So we have our own in-house data caching solution. But again, one of the small issues with that is that the cache goes stale after a while because the block speeds go high and then it's as good as.
And once there's a problem, it takes, you know,
Right,
lot
so you're
of days
giving the
and
wrong
months.
information to the users, right, based on your wrong cache. So it's again a centralized system. There's no use of the blockchain on
Yeah,
that part.
yeah, got it. Cool. Cool. So thank you so much. I'll just ask 3, 4 questions, and you can raise your hand. Simple questions from the presentation. So I'm like, how many projects do Tatum support till now? Yeah, cool. I'll meet you. I'm like, I'll give you this swag. Where are we headquartered? I don't have so many swags. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And can you name any solution, Tatum solution, which I talked about during the presentation? Okay. And? Okay. Who was it? Okay. Cool. And you know, can anybody simplify blockchain in your own language? in one line, how do you understand about blockchain? Wow. And anything else? No, good one, yeah. Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.